Hello, History 120 students. It's been a while since I did a video check-in, so thought I would do that this time around. It's actually been a little over a week since I checked in with an announcement, and I apologize for that. I feel like I'm apologizing a lot this semester. Just busy, trying to keep up. Usually I try to post one, usually two announcements each week just to kind of stay in contact. But I realized as I was getting ready to do this, it's been over a week since I have announced anything. Really, believe it or not, tried to focus in on grading last week, still catching up there, and working on that. I'll probably say a bit more about that at the end. But just thought that I would do a video announcement since it had been so long since I've checked in, and it's been so long since I have done a video announcement. So just a couple of quick things, and pardon me with the video as kind of looking up, trying to keep the glare from the screen off my glasses. So just bear with me on that. Not don't necessarily have a stiff neck, just trying to reduce the glare. So most of you have probably noticed at this point that Module 6 and Module 7 are up. This is another week where we're squeezing two modules in. Got those up late in the weekend, not quite as early as I would have liked to have gotten them up, but they are up. Module 6, there are two assignments as usual. There's a discussion assignment about colonists on the verge of revolution, and then Boston Massacre document assignment. So those are what we have. The discussion assignment, your initial post for that is due tomorrow evening, and your response post is due Thursday evening. And I actually moved those, gave you a little extra time on those from what I had on my original calendar. As I know everybody's busy and scrambling to get things done, so I want to give you a little extra time on that. And then the document assignment, give me a second to get back, is going to be due on Friday. That's what I thought. Friday evening, October 9th. So that is Module 6. And then, as I said, we're squeezing two modules in this week. So we're also squeezing in Module 7. And since there are two modules this week and we've been going pretty hard, Module 7, I have just done one assignment, and that is a quiz, traditional quiz. There are actually 13 questions on the quiz, 2 points each. And right now, the quiz is valued at 26 points. When everybody finishes the quiz, I will go back and manipulate things so that it becomes worth 20. So you can actually get 6 bonus points. That's the easiest way to build bonus points in using Canvas. So your scores will show out of 26 for a while, but once I know that everybody's in, I'll get that down to 20. And like I said, you'll have 6 bonus points built into that. And that's due Sunday evening. Actually, I take that back. Next Monday evening, October 12th. I stretched that out a bit too. Just be aware that when we get into Module 8, the assignments on Module 8 will be due, and that's an exam week, believe it or not. Just check real quick. Yeah, those due dates for Module 8 will be Thursday and then Saturday. So first attempt on your multiple choice will be Thursday, and the second attempt Saturday. You get more details on that, and I'll try to get that up earlier in case anybody wants to get a jump start on that. But I did give you a little extra time for the Module 7 quiz. Hopefully, after we get past Module 7, the pace of the course will be much more like what it would be if you were in a full 16-week course, and we will have done all of the condensing that we need to do. So hopefully that eases things up for you a bit. I did include Module 7, and I've done this for several semesters now where I have reduced it down to one assignment instead of two. There is an extra credit assignment. It's a document activity, and you can do that for extra credit. And some of you are missing some assignments, and so what I'm going to suggest is that instead of circling back to get the missing assignment, that you do this one instead, and let those points compensate for anything that you're missing. And then if we get at the end of the course and the missing assignment could potentially make a difference in your grade, we can, at that point, make a determination if you want to go back and do that to possibly bump your grade up. But that might ease some pressure by doing this in place of a missing assignment. And if you have everything caught up, then you can just do that for bonus points. It is extra credit, so it's optional. So it's up to you. I would maybe take a look at the documents, though, because you might see those again somewhere else, say like an exam. And there's also a little bonus material in Module 7 over the song Yankee Doodle. Again, not required, won't be tested over, but just thought it might be something you would be interested in. So that's Module 6 and 7 for this week. What we're looking at, again, it's squeezing a lot in. As I said, we get past this week, things will even out a little bit and be much more like what it would be in a typical 16-week class, and we will have caught up basically the 2 weeks that we lost by being a late start. And like I said, next week is Module 8, and that's Exam 2, and after that, we're halfway through the class, which is really kind of hard to wrap my mind around that we're that far along already. So as I said at the beginning, I am working as hard as I can to get caught up on grading. I want to do a little bit of grading once I finish up here. I'm hoping that by the time we get to the end of next week, I'll have everything caught up. So I know some of you have been a little concerned about that. So hopefully that's my goal. We'll see what happens. And I would also say that, like I said earlier, I try to make announcements a couple times a week just to be in touch. Another thing I have not done as well with that I usually like to do is to try to reach out with announcements and connect current events. And there's a lot going on in the world we live in here recently, and a lot of things that connect the things we're studying. And several times when I've thought, hey, I need to make an announcement, or I come across a new story that, hey, there's a good connection to what we're learning about, and time is just not allowed for that. Hopefully I'll be doing that a bit more as we move forward in the course, because there's just a lot of connections to make between what's going on and what we see. And I think you guys are making those, because I'm seeing you make mention of those connections that you see in the discussion board post and other responses. I am very pleased with the work that everybody is doing in class. This is great work. Discussion board posts are some of the best I think I've ever had. Overall, the essays on the exam were some of the best. So you guys are doing a great job. The retention rate in the class is really good. We've lost a handful of people, but not nearly as many as typical. especially on a late start. So you guys are doing a great job, and commend you for that. Kudos, because it's a tough semester, because we're living in a crazy world where everything's much more complicated, as I've said many times. So hang in there. We'll get through this. Keep up the good work, because you guys are doing awesome, and you're making those connections, which I really like to see, that those connections and those aha statements that I'm seeing in discussion boards and other places, and the 3-2-1s. So I'm really happy with the work that you guys are doing and getting back to me. Going back to grading quickly, one thing that I will say is that some of you are missing some assignments, and some of you have turned some things in late, because I am so far behind on grading. I have not been penalizing for turning things in late. I feel that's kind of a double standard. So I realize it's crazy. So if you're getting things in, if you get them in before I get caught up with grading, there probably will not be a penalty for being late. So that might be some incentive to take care of some things, because like I said, my goal would be to try to be caught up with grading by the end of next week. Like I said, if you haven't turned things in, I'll still accept them, and there's a really good chance I may not dock you points, and if I get to the point where I start doing that, it'll be very minimal. I would much rather have the work than no work at all. One of the things I do emphasize, though, is if you're behind, to focus on what we're currently on first, and then go back and pick up missing work. So take advantage of that if you have things out. One other note I would make on the 3-2-1 assignments, again, a lot of great work, but I would encourage you to read those directions carefully. Make sure that beyond giving me the 3 details or the 3 important facts, that you're also giving me the 2 questions that you have, and that you are writing the 1 paragraph reflection of the material. A few of you have missed that, and if you did, I made a note and said, hey, if you resubmit, I'll take that, and I'll add your points. Email and let me know, though, so I'll know to go back and grade. I really think that's all I have. A lot of times when I do video announcements, and one reason I haven't done one in a while is I usually kind of make an outline for a script, so I'm a little more focused. I'm extemporizing this one, so that's why I'm bouncing around a little bit, but it takes some time to write those outlines. So I think I've covered everything. Again, I'm real happy with the work that everybody's doing. My biggest frustration at this point is just that I'm not keeping up with grading, and again, not maybe staying in touch with you guys as much as you need. If you ever need anything, please, please, please contact me. Email's the best way. I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can and address any concerns. And again, if you're missing work, get it into me. I'll take it. And great job. I'm just really pleased with everything that everybody's doing. I hope that you guys are finding the class meaningful, and that you are taking away things that are meaningful. I may talk about that more later, and making connections, and don't just see this as just a bunch of trivia and dry, dusty facts, because I think history is a lot more than that. Hopefully that's come through. I am not, one thing I would say, I haven't mentioned this yet in the course, and doing the document-based assignments, I really like those. My goal is not to turn you guys into historians. I realize that's not the path that most of you guys are on, and that's okay. I realize that. But I think there's a lot of value in understanding the basics of history, and also a lot of value in learning those thinking skills that are a part of learning about history. So I'll wrap up. I've probably gone on too long already. Again, if you need something, get in touch with me. Again, I'm very, very happy with the job that everybody's doing. Hang in there and keep up the great work.